Thank you, Tokyo Myers. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the new Range Rover. Breathtaking in its modernity and impeccable in its restraint. Look at those magnificent proportions. Look at that distinctive silhouette. Couldn't be anything else, could it, but a Range Rover? But look how clean it is. Look at these beautifully sophisticated surfaces that are taut and free from excess. Look at how few lines there are on the vehicle. In fact, I could describe the car in 3 to 4 lines. The gently falling roofline, the continuous waistline, and this one feature that runs the whole length of the body and gives the body its tension, starting at the clamshell bonnet and running all the way through and ending in that beautiful ingot at the back. And that reductive nature continues. Flush glazing, removal of door finishers, flush door handles, beautifully integrated door panel insert. Yeah, and look at those magnificent wheels. 23-inch wheels that give the vehicle its strong stance and presence. This thing is a chariot for ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's spin it to the front. The new face of Range Rover. 2 elements. The upper element that houses the grille, which is beautifully detailed and precise. It drops down slightly from the headlamp to give it an air of formality. And then these lamps, which are highly technical. When you get close to them, they appear to be made from expensive cut glass. The lower element, this 2-bar design that again runs the whole width of the front to give it that stance, that presence, while also disguising the fact that all the parking sensors and the front radar are housed within. Look how short this front end is, this front overhang, which plays a fundamental part in creating those magnificent proportions. And then, of course, this is a Range Rover. The one element, the one area where it's paying homage to its past, with a perennial clamshell bonnet design and these modernized castellations on the top surfaces. This is a face of a vehicle that has confidence, it has prestige, and it has refinement. Let's look at the back. Enjoy looking at it as it slowly moves round. When it's on the road, it'll go a bit quicker, I can assure you. As it comes round, have a look at those beautiful curvaceous haunches at the rear that terminate with this, what we call a cord line, which accentuates the shoulder, that strong shoulder that looks like a well-exercised deltoid muscle. And this cord line continues all the way round the upper element of the design of the rear and encases everything within. This secret to lit panel again runs the whole length of the rear, which gives the car its width, And within that is housed the indicators. And then coming down into these incredibly slim verticals where the rear lights are housed. Now, the simplicity of this back end, the beauty is in its simplicity, which belies the very complex engineering that had to go into making this thing look so simple. And of course, this is a Range Rover, so the emblematic split tailgate is maintained. It wouldn't be a Range Rover without that very important feature. So, that's a very quick overview of the exterior design, but the interior design is equally compelling in its desirability, and it takes that modernist reductive approach and takes the interior to sublime levels of refinement and sophistication. Let's listen to this.
Inside, the vision was for a calm sanctuary. A Range Rover interior provides a magnificent, stress-free, harmonious environment for first-class travel. New Range Rover has an interior designed for all its occupants. It is precise and sophisticated in its design and execution, communicating quality and integrity.
The new Range Rover interior is the pinnacle of Land Rover Design's materiality strategy, which is to redefine luxury materials within the automotive industry. In line with our customer values, we have developed interior options for new Range Rover that are more sustainable, more responsible, and more progressive.
For the first time, the long wheelbase Range Rover offers a full third-row seating option. This is a true Range Rover execution of 7 seats. Headroom, legroom, shoulder room were all optimized to benefit from every millimeter, to create a third-row seat that feels just as good as the others in the vehicle.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you've just heard, for the first time ever on a Range Rover, it will have 7 seats. I once said over my dead body, but we managed to achieve it. So, SV. What's SV about? The SV Range Rover. SV is all about curation. It's curating these vehicles to amplify the luxurious nature of the Range Rover and the ability to personalize. It's all about choice, and it's handcrafted. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Range Rover SV. The new Range Rover SV. So let me talk a little bit about the differences at the front. They're quite subtle, the differences, but if you think about it this way, this is Range Rover in its purest form. This SV theme is called Serenity. It's got an icy white paint, and it uses precious materials, particularly at the front, in terms of this 5-bar design of the grille at the upper and the lower. And then the grille surround is in a Corinthian bronze. And what these changes do is give the vehicle just a bit of a twist in terms of its personality. It makes it look a bit more regal. It makes it look slightly more prestigious. It's about choice. Pure versus prestige. When we look at the side view, you'll see that those small changes again. The roof is finished in a Corinthian bronze paint. And this door insert panel, again, is finished in the Corinthian and a metal with the SV logo laser etched into it. And then when we turn to the back, again, subtle differences. This feature between the split tailgate, again, is finished in the Corinthian bronze. And then also the Corinthian bronze on the nomenclature of the Range Rover name. Now, all SVs will carry the SV badge, which is finished in a ceramic. We've used ceramic because for us that symbolizes modern luxury. Now, there's also another theme. It's called Intrepid. It's a satin copper red color, and it uses other precious materials, again in those areas, as you can see on the visual, on the grille, upper and lower, on the wheels and on the roof, and on the side panel, which is an anthracite and graphite finish. So, what this one does is it gives the vehicle another twist. It gives it more of a stealth-like appearance. So you could argue 3 twists in personality, because Range Rover has the ability to do that. Pure prestige stealth. When it comes to the interior is a revelation. It's truly aspirational. Lustrous metals, mosaic marquetry, soft aniline leathers, sustainable ultra fabrics, and the ceramic come together to create an interior that is truly aspirational. It is modern luxury by design. So, ladies and gentlemen, the new Range Rover. A vehicle that doesn't follow fashion, it doesn't follow trends. It's born from a creative desire for perfection. And it is the most desirable Range Rover ever created. But it's also the most technically capable Range Rover ever created.
Wow, there it is, the hotly anticipated new Range Rover, revealed live here tonight at the Royal Opera House in London. To find out more, head over to landrover.com. I'm joined now by 2 instrumental members from the design team who've been involved from day one to tell us more about its conception, a vehicle over 5 years in the making. And Land Rover's design director, Massimo Frascella, and colour and materials director, Amy Frascella. First of all, congratulations, guys. You must be absolutely thrilled with what you just saw tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. It's just a special night, you know, after 5 years working on a project like this. I mean, we're talking about the Range Rover. It just feels so special.
And relief.
Yeah, a bit surreal.
Tell us 5 years from when you sit down and there's a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, and then you come up with a car as beautiful as that. Yeah, that is a scary journey. What are the challenges you face along the way?
Well, the challenge is you are replacing a vehicle that is so established, is the benchmark, is the, you know, it's peerless. There's nothing else like it. So the challenge is changing enough so you deliver that progression that the vehicle needs, but don't change too much because otherwise you lose the essence of Range Rover. Yeah,
and obviously what you've done there is beautiful, and the back end of the car as well looks so impressive.
The back end is what I define like it is a piece of art delivered by design and engineering. There's so much design content and technology and engineering around that rear of the vehicle that is incredible.
Let's go inside the car now, shall we, Amy? And this word materiality, tell me a little bit more about what that means and what that means for the customer.
Well, really the new Range Rover is the pinnacle of Land Rover Design's materiality strategy, which for us is about redefining luxury materials within our industry. Materiality really is our uncompromised vision of innovation in materials and processes and technologies that will deliver more social, economical, and environmental initiatives. And really understanding the changing luxury landscape with our customers, we knew that we had to develop more options for those customers that were more responsible, more sustainable, and more progressive.
You've done that, and it is beautiful as well. Go and have
Thank you.
a well-earned glass of champagne
surely
or
do
two,
now.
both of you. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining me. Let's head back inside as Jaguar Land Rover's Chief Commercial Officer, Lennart Hunig, is about to tell us some of the pioneering innovations we can expect from this new Range Rover.
And what an amazing day it is to be here all together with all of you on this stage with this beautiful, beautiful new Range Rover just behind me. And the design is just fantastic. And you can see this beautiful glass, flush glass on the sides. The door handles really nicely popping in. It's just an amazing car. But I'm going to talk to you more about all the technology features that are in the car. What really to the front. And first of all, I want to say I'm so humbled to be here. This is a big journey, a very long journey of Range Rover. This is already the next generation. And to play a tiny little part in presenting this here to you is a very humbling experience. So I'm very, very happy to be here. So where do you start? How do you reimagine? How do you reimagine a Range Rover? Where do you start? We started with 30,000 conversations with Range Rover owners, really understanding what they like. They like that you can see the corners in the front. They like the very comfortable drive. They love the off-road capabilities and so much more. We keep all that. We're improving on all of that and adding new technology. And that takes time. 7 million hours of time is what blood, sweat and tears of our engineering teams, our design teams, our manufacturing teams, our operations teams putting into this vehicle. 7 million hours.